Okay, we are live with Angelique. There's a
Hello.
little bit of an echo now. No, it's fine. Okay, good. I'm sharing my screen with you. All right, Angelique. When's your birthday?
January 12th, 1990.
Time?
4:55 p.m.
Place?
Duluth, Minnesota.
Okay. So, I always begin with the same question, which is just tell me a bit about what is going on in your life currently.
Well, currently, I have been just tapping more into my spiritual side. Um, like getting to learn more about crystals and herbs. Um,
Hmm.
yeah,
Okay.
and just
Something.
learning
Oh,
teas.
okay. Okay. Something is coming up for me straight away with that. But first, I want to just ask you, because you told me that you have the Capricorn stellium in the seventh. That tells me that you're using whole sign typically. You can see here that I'm using Placidus. Is it okay for you to look at it this way, or is it
Yeah.
confusing you big time?
No, it's fine.
It's fine? Okay.
Mhm.
All right, good. Okay, go on then. So
So,
you're learning about teas and herbs,
yes.
and what brought that on?
Um, Again, I just kind of started a little over a year ago. I feel like I had something called like what they would call a spiritual awakening. And I started meditating, like doing grounding and learning what grounding was. So I would go out in my backyard and, use sage and just ground myself into the earth. And then chakras then started popping up on my For You page on TikTok. And that's when I started like learning more each of the chakras and what they represent. And I started doing the heart chakra and working with that. And then I moved on to throat chakra, um, as well as the third eye and the crown, um, and just learning how to use each of the chakra points in my daily life.
Okay, so for me, here's where we're starting. It's about your Jupiter return in the 12th house.
Mhm.
Your Jupiter would have returned last June, but in fact, Jupiter would have entered your 12th house like last May. Okay.
Oh.
And the 12th house is for the abstract, like the chakras and meditation and spirituality. So that you had a spiritual awakening for me precisely coincides with your Jupiter return in the 12th house. And then you said that more recently you've been studying herbs and teas and what else?
Um, and candle, working with candles, different colors of candles. Like,
Okay. What that's interesting. So can you tell me a bit about because the candles I'm picking up somewhere else? What is the candles about?
mostly for self-healing, for learning to like love myself more.
Hmm. Okay, the candles I feel in your moon in Leo, trine your Mars in Sagittarius, because they're both fire signs. Also,
Yeah.
that you were burning sage to ground
Yes.
yourself. That makes me think about that.
Yeah. I don't think I didn't disclose this, but I'm Indigenous Native American.
Uh-huh.
Um, I enrolled in a tribe here in northern Minnesota called Leech Lake Band of Ojibwe.
When did you do that?
No, I've been enrolled my entire life,
Okay.
but
Mm-hmm.
that's just who I am, like eth- culturally speaking.
Okay. So how does that influence your
So it
date?
influences because working with sage is is a herb that Native Americans not all like is used for cleansing as well as like banishing negative energy. And so I have sage at home.
But I guess since forever.
Yeah.
Okay. How else what is your day-to-day life like?
Well, I do have children that I do take care of. Um and basically, well, I've been like didn't have a job for like 2 months until recently. Um but basically I would get them ready for school and come back and do, my household things, what I need to do to take care of my home. And then I would pick them up and hang out with them for the rest of the evening. It was just kind of like that for a few months, not having a job.
Mm-hmm. But now you're employed.
Yeah.
So what do you do for work?
I am gonna be starting at a daycare center.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
Gonna be starting.
Yes. I just recently got the job.
Okay, so when do you begin?
Um, so I'm waiting for my background check to come back because they have to like run a background check on everybody. I'm anticipating maybe Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yes.
I see. Okay, so it's coming. You're
Yeah.
starting very soon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Daycare, like working with little kids.
Yes.
Okay. So you like to be around little kids.
I do. I really feel like children are medicine to me. Well, are to me, speaking on myself, children are medicine. You could be having the most crappiest day, and a child's smile would just light up your day and can turn your whole day around.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And have you worked in daycares before?
Nope. So, basically, my entire life I have been in service to others, like community service work. That's where I feel like I flourish in life, helping others. I worked at a homeless shelter for about 8 years, and then I got burnt out, just
Uh-huh.
dealing with the the I wouldn't say issues, but just I had a hard time setting boundaries as far as like bringing the work home. And it just wore me out so quick. I quit.
Can you give
And
an example? Like why was it so difficult? What was difficult
oh,
about it?
what was difficult about it was, you know, establishing, those boundaries where, you get to know a client and then they're going through a rough time, or you hear a story about them, or they're telling you something about their life, and for whatever reason it resonates with you. And then I'd bring it home and I would sit on it all night thinking about that one client. Are they
Mm-hmm.
okay? Are they safe? Did they make it back? Things like that. And so I had a hard time, you know, setting those boundaries for myself.
Okay. Here I start to feel the Sun-Saturn conjunction that is very close to your descendant. Because the sun is kind of like where your attention or your focus goes,
Mhm.
or what you do during the daytime, kind of. And you can see
Mhm.
your sun is just conjunct Saturn. Saturn is the planet of hardship, like real life toughness,
Mhm.
like all the things that people go through just trying to get by. And so kind of the also being exposed to the quandaries of life much more than other people are, right?
Mhm.
And you do that through your relationship to your clients. So there I see the sun Saturn on your descendant.
Yeah.
And the Venus in Aquarius, Aquarius has to do with community. It's when you're in groups of people rather than when you're alone. That's one of the significators of Aquarius. There's many others.
Mhm.
And Venus in your seventh house, Aquarius, makes me think about, well, you're not working with just one client, you're working with an entire community of people and you care about all of them. And you said yourself that, in fact, you love to be in service to others. And so
Yes,
there I
and
feel
that's
the Venus in your seventh house, that it comes naturally to you.
yes. I feel fulfilled when I've helped, other people, whether it's lending an ear to listen to, or if somebody's like, "Hey, I need $5 to eat or something." Um
Hmm.
or like just being part of, because these clients would then, transition from being in a homeless shelter to obtaining their own place, their own house. And, I sometimes got to bear witness to that. And I got to be part of that. And to me, that fulfills, you know, I feel like my purpose.
Okay. So I'm feeling again Venus in your seventh house because you're so focused on being helpful to others.
Mm-hmm.
And Jupiter is also coming up in your 12th Cancer because Cancer is housing and care and support. And the 12th house is something that, for example, you don't get much rewards other than spiritual rewards. And the 12th house is also people who are homeless or people who are isolated or people who are somehow outside of society. So you having Jupiter and Cancer there makes me think about you being at a homeless shelter and helping people find home.
Mm-hmm.
And that as a not a reward, not like a big material reward, but like a
Mm-hmm.
like a huge spiritual reward.
Yeah, that's how I felt. Like I, didn't make much, I especially with this economy. Um, but I liked what I did. But then, there was the issue with, like I said before, setting those boundaries and not taking, you know, these clients' issues home with me, or the anxiety, the worry, and then, my at home, my children want my attention, and then I'm busy worrying about, other people.
Hmm.
And then I just woke up one day and I got really tired of it. Or I just was like, you know what, I'm burnt out. I can't do this anymore. So
Hmm.
I you know, sorry to my previous boss, but I abruptly left. I
That
kind of
was a
left
few
without a
months
word.
ago,
No, that was back last year,
last year.
April.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Okay. Just one moment, I have to move inside. My boyfriend's gonna get in the car and go.
Okay.
Just a second. See you, Alex.
So you said that Venus is indeed in the seventh house. This whole time I thought it was in my eighth house.
I know.
Venus.
I know if you, I mean, when you use whole sign, it just changes things for sure. But I'm always using Placidus, right? So
Yeah.
I just, for me, Placidus is the right system to use, actually. But never mind, everyone has to decide for themselves.
Yeah.
Just give me a
Yeah.
second to get some water.
Yeah, no problem.
Is it making sense to you so far? Everything that
Yeah.
we're talking about?
Yes, it does.
Very good. All right. And again, the Sun Saturn. I feel how you're dealing with people's issues all day long, and they're deep issues. That's not something that can easily be resolved. I feel that can also be very challenging, like the system itself that they have to pass through and all of the red tape.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, so it feels
And
like you were also kind of having to tell them about the rules.
yep, that was a bigger thing. A lot of clients were either older than me, like old enough to be my mom, or, you know, um, or my dad. Um, and for me to have to, tell them like, hey, you have a curfew, you can't be coming in past 10 o'clock, for me to enforce these rules to a person who's in their 50s or 60s, is a little uncomfortable.
Exactly. Yeah, again, being the enforcer, Sun Saturn. That actually
Yeah,
feels like you, yeah, you would have been, are you an orderly person in general?
an orderly person.
Yeah.
Um, not sometimes I am, especially um when it comes to I would say my dinner plates. My dinner plates have to be lined up a specific way or stacked up.
That's so specific. The dinner plates.
Yeah, it's that everything else I'm just like, okay, whatever. There's people that like, color coordinate and I'm not like that.
Okay. I'm also feeling like your father or your grandfather pretty strongly.
So as far as father goes, I never knew who my biological father was.
Hmm.
Um, I I never met him. And you'll probably see that in my chart. I do have um um mother issues, or I'm estranged from my mom. But back to my dad, I don't know who he is. I don't know anything about him. Um, and I don't like I've never met my mom's dad either. I've never met him a day in my life. And so,
Huh.
yeah,
You're estranged from your mom.
yeah, I've been estranged from her for about 4 years. That's the last time I've actually ever talked to her. Um, Throughout my entire life, we've had a rocky relationship. Um, my entire life, like I guess, like there were some good moments, but definitely the bad outweighed the good. Um, yeah, we're just like really we clashed all the time, and I just never understood why. Um, she never clashed with my younger brother, never clashed with my younger sister. A matter of fact, my sister um, talks to her, and so does my brother. And but I'm like kind of like the oddball out.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think that our my relationship changed with my mother the day that I had asked her. Well, actually, I pulled my stepdad to the side and I said, hey, has my mom, I'm thinking about, starting this journey on looking for my biological father. Has my mom ever talked to you about it? And I just told my stepdad, like, I want to say thank you for raising me or, being in my life. My relationship with him wasn't the best either, but I just wanted to be polite. And so I said, like, thank you for raising me, but I'm gonna be starting this journey on looking for my real dad. You know, um, has my mom ever talked to you about who he was or a name or anything? And he said no. My mom has never talked about my dad to him. And then I had pulled my mom to the side and I said, "Hey, I'm gonna start this journey on, looking for my biological dad. Can you tell me who he is or like give me a name?" And I said, if and I'll be upfront too. Like I said, if you don't know who he is, I can take that, or if you're like embarrassed or ashamed to say who he is, like I can understand that I'm an adult, but I would like to know in case, that I have other siblings out there or um, you know, other siblings out there that I don't know about that I could establish a relationship with. And I remember she looked at me and she was so mad. And she says, "No. And I don't ever want to talk about this ever again." And she walked away from me. And that was the last time I ever really spoke to her.
Interesting.
Yep. And, um, like, uh, back in December, I was going through a really tough time in my life. The I just got done, separating um, from a relationship of 11 years, and I reached out to my mom, and I was like, "Hey, mom, I'm kind of going through a tough time. I need, I need to talk to you." And um, she spoke to me as if I was like bothering her, as if I was like a debt collector or something. Really short, really negative towards me. And I was like, "You know what? I will talk to you later." And I hung up and I wrote a text message just telling her that, like, for years that, I never understood why she disliked me so much. And that, I waited my entire life for an apology from her and I never got it. And, she never reached out to me to see how me or my kids were doing or anything like that. And that, if I were to ever run into her again, don't look at me, keep walking. You don't know me anymore. And I said, I'm done trying to reach out to you because my entire life, it was always me, trying to seek this relationship with my mom. And I can't change who she is. Um, but I've accepted that, we're never gonna have that mother-daughter bond. I think it talks about that in my chart too.
You said that was in December.
Yeah, I had, you know,
Hmm. Okay. Um, for me, your Jupiter in the 12th house is coming pretty strong in Cancer.
mm-hmm,
The first level of that, you don't know your biological father.
correct.
And there came a moment in your life where you decided you want to find him. So when you don't know someone or something, that's the 12th house. The house
Mm-hmm,
of isolation, the house of silence, the house of distance, the house of not knowing.
mm-hmm,
And that you have Jupiter in Cancer there makes me think about that journey of finding. Maybe you have family that you don't know about.
mm-hmm,
Or you're curious, who is your biological father?
mm-hmm,
And I also feel that 12th house as what's happened with your mother, in the
mm-hmm.
sense that it's finished. Like you're leaving her in the void, basically.
Yeah.
And I guess that for you has also been an important part of your journey in choosing yourself, let's say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would agree.
Hmm. And you can see, by the way, how that's connected now to the homeless people, right? Because those people also have no family, no parents, no protection.
Yeah. Yep.
Right.
And
So yeah, go ahead.
I was saying I bond a lot with I bonded a lot with the clients that I used to work with, and I bond
Mhm.
with, you know, older women. I, when I was besties with a lot of the staff there that were older women. Like, we were besties.
Uh-huh. Okay. Now I start to see the sun Saturn because there I was thinking about your father and but now I see it's different. It's just the elderly people in general.
Mhm. Yeah, I don't I all my life I've always bonded with elderly people,
Mm-hmm.
whether male or female, um and like it's like a gravitational pull towards them right away.
Yeah, there is the sun conjunct Saturn on the cusp of your seventh house that you constantly gravitate towards older people. Does
Yeah.
that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
I bonded with like my teacher. Like, I'm still in contact with my first grade teacher. Um
Mm-hmm.
and I'm in contact with few of the women that were a part of my life, even the men, you know, that were part of my life when I was growing up. Like, I used to be part of this like kids after school program, and they had the male and female, mentors there, and I would just bond with all of them.
Uh-huh. That's right. Okay.
And yeah, and I actually thank people like them for, being, even to this day, like, I'll thank them for being such a huge support, because I don't think they
Mm-hmm.
realize, like,
Mm-hmm.
the void that I wasn't feeling at home that I got from them, just being around them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also, I don't know if you'll see this, but I'm also a dreamer. Like, I dream of people who have passed on. And
Okay. That's your Jupiter in Cancer in the 12th again.
yeah, I always, like, people, like, even people that I don't have any um emotional connection to will visit me in dreams and want me to pass them along to their loved ones here on earth,
Uh-huh.
and I'll write them down, and then I'll, if I run into the person, I'll ask them first permission, like, do I have permission to share this with you, like, because I don't want to just sit there and like tell them something if they're not ready, just maintaining that respect and stuff. So
Okay, there for me is the connection from Jupiter in your 12th to Venus in Aquarius in your 7th that you're getting messages, very intimate from like loved ones, but in fact, it's for just people that are just other people.
yeah.
Right. So
Hmm.
there, do you see this connection between Jupiter and Cancer in the 12th and Venus in Aquarius in your 7th?
Yes.
Okay. And the other part, like again, the Sun Saturn that's close to Venus,
Hmm.
all the mentors, Sun Saturn, but they're people from like the public. It's not that they're close to you. So there's Venus Aquarius.
Hmm.
And these are the people you actually got along with very well. So that makes me think about Venus being so close to them.
Yeah. Like,
Hmm.
I think they were like, when you mean public, you mean like working with other people
Yeah,
too
just
as well.
just people that are not in your family, right? People that are outside
Hmm.
the bloodline.
Yeah.
How many kids do you have?
I have 6 children.
6.
Yep.
Girl.
I had my first when I was 16 years old.
Okay.
You do the math, she's now 20.
Oh Lord.
And I have um I have 3 boys and 3 girls. I have a 20-year-old daughter, 18-year-old son, a 17-year-old son. I have another child that is 12 years old, a 9-year-old boy, and a 3-year-old girl. Mhm. And
Not
what's
good enough.
crazy, what's crazy is my youngest child is triple fire sign, Aries sun, Leo rising, and Sagittarius moon.
Yeah, I was thinking that actually I was gonna ask you if you have all boys.
Nope. I have 3 boys and 3 girls.
Right, you told me that already because of the moon Mars trine, and they're both in fire signs. And so there I felt a couple things. One of them was like, that's a lot of male energy. That's a lot of like loudness and fun and like running around. I just felt like it's constant.
Yes, definitely. Especially with the younger, I call them the younger group. Yep.
Yeah.
And
Okay, and that makes me think about the Sun Saturn again from the sense of obviously if you have 6 kids, your life is a life of responsibility.
yes, it is.
That makes me think about you learning how to be in the real world from a very young age because you have to learn.
Right. And my, you know, I was never taught things or like basic life stuff. It's stuff that I had to learn along the way. I um embarrassingly I didn't start learning how to cook for myself until I was 18 years old.
Well, that's earlier than most people.
Mm. I didn't know how to cook till I was 18. I couldn't fry I couldn't make eggs for the life of me.
Okay, but now I
Yep.
guess you're a very experienced cook and you're cooking a lot, I feel like.
Yes, I'm cooking a lot.
I feel like there's a lot of fire elements. I feel like you're frying, it's like it's hot in the kitchen, the oven's running.
Yes. They, yep, the kitchen's running, the air conditioning's on or the heat's on if depending if it's a winter. Uh,
I feel
but
lots of fun. I feel like you're having fun. I feel like it can be overwhelming, like you get overstimulated and burnt out and like
oh my god.
absolutely exhausted.
Mhm.
I feel like there's just so much energy needed from you every day.
Yes. Y- Definitely from the moment I wake up, it is go 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 and then till when I go to sleep.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. If it's not mom or, from the older kids, mom, I need this or um then it's the younger kids,
That's right.
it's just
I
mom.
see large expenditures from the kids.
Mom, mom, mom. I could be like I could be sitting in like a meeting or something and mom. Like a matter of fact, while we were in the Zoom, my kid came up to me like 3 times in the span of like 10 minutes.
I didn't even hear or see that.
No, because I was like, when I do this podcast, you better be quiet. But
Okay. I see because yeah, because when you go ahead.
oh no, go ahead.
When we started talking, I was like, wow, it's so quiet. You know, she's outside. It's like so serene. Then I was looking at your chart and I saw the moon Mars and I was like, but that sounds very loud. Now I see. Also, I feel lots of lights. Do you decorate your house with lights?
Yes. Oh yes. Mm, yes, I do.
Yeah, and candles, totally.
Yes.
And I felt like maybe like yeah, again, huge expenditures for sports, for travel, for education, for fun, for events, for prom,
Yep.
for
My
graduation, for school. Oh yeah.
yep. One kid went to prom last week. One kid's graduating, and then my older kid, she's already graduated. Yep, the older ones. They are they're more independent, but they still need mom in many different ways.
hmm
And then versus the smaller kids who like need constant attention.
Yeah, I can see that it's the same with like, you know, being in a preschool, it's the same energy. All the little ones running around and the screaming and the yelling and the crying and the
And the
and
fighting.
the fighting. Yeah.
Yes.
And the big emotions and the big expression and the no, I want it, it's mine.
We have a lot of if you were to pull up each of my kids' birth chart, we do have a lot of Capricorn energy.
Well, that makes me think you're kind of everyone has their chores.
Yes.
Yeah, like
You're responsible for this.
exactly get your things done. You know, this is the way we do it. Da, 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 da.
Yes, I have two Capricorn children, one Pisces child, two Aries,
Oh,
and a Libra.
oh, okay. The Libra and the Pisces are like, oh,
Yes. The Libra and the Pisces, yep, definitely. Yep. And yeah, so what like when it comes to like the planet of Uranus, right? And that what could you explain to me like what that planet is? And
why Uranus? Why'd you go there?
I don't know. Cuz I remember I don't have my um
Hmm?
I couldn't I had a brain fart there. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning here. So I don't know why, because I feel like isn't Uranus kind of like the unseen energy that's coming up, like the hidden, right?
Well, what brings you to Uranus in the first place? You must have heard something in the conversation between us that made you go there. So what made you go there?
Um, I don't know. I just kind of heard it Uranus in my like I don't know. The word Uranus just popped up in my head,
Uh-huh. Okay.
and I don't know why. So I just blurted. I was like Uranus, because I was actually gonna say Pluto, but then because I
Pluto is
feel
more what you're thinking of, the hidden, something that's like beneath the surface. People don't talk about it. It's very uncomfortable. If you bring it up, it's gonna bring about big troubles. That's kind of the Pluto energy.
okay.
Uranus is more of very disturbing, kind of awakening, electrifying, like you know, when it's about the outer planets, actually, I tend to just use them less because their natures for me are a bit less reliable than the traditional planets. So you'll notice I didn't even really bring them up.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah.
right.
And so
Yeah.
but sometimes and okay, here's the other thing. Because your chart is about your whole life, meaning what you experienced today, yesterday, and every day prior and every day in the future, that's a lot. So, unpacking the chart is something that takes like it's an ongoing process actually. You never really reach a completion. So you're constantly learning more as different transits activate different planets in your life and then you're learning about those planets because you're observing them how they're actually expressing themselves every day. So it's not like in 1 hour we really do like a complete read, if you know what I
Mhm.
mean, because this is the study
Mhm.
of you and you're this massive being. So I say all that just to say, like, so sometimes if Uranus or Neptune or Pluto or Jupiter or Venus don't really come up in a reading, that's why. It's because we just can't get through everything. Um,
And what about Mercury? Mercury and Sagittarius.
why?
I was like,
You have Mars in Sagittarius, your Mercury is in Capricorn.
oh, okay. So Mercury and Capricorn, does that mean like I'm like more like orderly and like we're gonna get shit done like that?
Well, okay, let's talk about it. I have an idea.
Oh, I just didn't want to like stay quiet and have you do all the talking.
Oh my God, don't you? No, 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 it's okay. It's good that you're asking questions.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll
Um,
show you how now how we work actually with the planets. Okay.
mhm.
So the inside wheel now is your birth chart, the outside wheel is the transits. The transits is just the location of the planets at any point in time. The
Okay.
planets are moving all the time, right? They never stop moving. And so they create different events. For example, this conversation that we're having is because of transits to your chart.
Oh, wow.
Okay, to whatever you did before, whatever you're doing next, the fact that you're getting a new job, the fact that you left behind your mom, everything is reflected in the chart. This is a timing device. This just reflects to where you are at in the total arc of your life.
Okay.
Okay, so the transits kind of bring you to the here and now, or they can bring you to a year before, but we're going to focus on the here and now. Okay, so what I want to point out to you is Saturn is in your 10th house now. He's at 10 degrees Aries currently, but you can see if I fast forward 1 month, Saturn's going to be at 13 degrees Aries. Okay, you have Mercury at 13 degrees Capricorn. Yeah, so this means that Saturn is currently applying an exact square to your Mercury. And in 1 month, the square would be exact. Okay, so that's a period that you're in at the moment. Okay, next. Mercury is about what? Communication, right?
Correct.
So talking, sending applications, receiving emails, looking for information about something, like doing some research. Okay, so those are kind of the broad, I mean, there's so much more. It's also technology, friends, people you meet. Doesn't matter. Let's keep it simple. Okay. Now we know that Saturn is applying a square to that Mercury, and Saturn is a very limiting factor. So then we have to ask ourselves, so what's happening in your life currently? Where do you feel the Saturn square to Mercury? That's the puzzle that we make together then.
Okay. Um,
For example, something's coming up from you.
okay.
You said that now they have to do a background check on you.
Correct.
Okay, that's Saturn,
Okay.
right? Because Saturn is the one to say, no, we have to do it like this first, and then like this, and then like this, and then like that's the rules.
Yeah.
But in this case, Saturn is squaring your Mercury. Mercury's information, right? So here's like, you need to give all the info about your background. But that's just one part of it, right? So tell me a bit more
Right.
about your communications these days.
I haven't really been talking to anybody, to be honest. I just been kind of like isolated to myself in my cocoon. I call my house the cocoon. Um, I just randomly get randomly message whoever and hey, how's it going? Um and then that's that. Like I haven't really talked to anybody. I just been kind of like, you know, laying low or, just feeling the need to recharge myself before feeling, you know, good enough to reach out to people and want friends.
Is there any difficult stuff that like maybe you have to study something or you have to learn something? Like you have to take some kind of modules that's coming up.
Um, I'm supposed to be well, I took a test, like just a random test for a job that like required me to like know where I'm at in math and reading, but that was like 12 hours ago.
Very good. There's Saturn squaring your Mercury.
Mhm.
Right? There's the 10th house and the 6th house. You're taking a test
Mm,
for a job.
yeah,
Does that make sense?
very much so.
Good. Now look for more.
Um,
Okay, something else. It's about a prescription being filled, maybe for your glasses or something. I don't know. That doesn't.
oh, that's crazy. I just I just went and picked up my prescription uh like yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes what happens is I start to get psychic impressions and
Oh, you're intuitively, huh?
I don't
Like,
know. I don't
mm,
know. But it just comes very strongly and then I'm like, wait, that doesn't make sense. But then you
yeah, I
say
know. I
yes.
kind of see it in your face, like, it's like,
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, the
actually, yes.
doctors. Hmm.
But yeah, I did actually go pick up a prescription like years ago. I mean, not years ago, hours ago too.
Okay.
What else? What else happened?
See, note it. Go ahead.
No, I'm just thinking. But go ahead if you had something thought.
No, no, I want to stay with this, and then we can move on to the next thing that I was thinking of. But I want to stay with this for a bit still.
Um, you said Mercury squaring Saturn.
Yeah.
I did go sit at my son's baseball practice, and I met up with a friend that um I see her like once every few months, and we just hit it off. We pick up where we left off from the last time.
What did you talk about with her?
Uh, she, uh, she mostly talked about, just like her relationship issues that she was um dealing with or she had dealt with. Um, yeah, without saying too much, because I don't know if she'll ever see this.
Okay,
Should I
right.
go there putting my business out there like that?
Actually, what we're doing right now is exactly Saturn Mercury. Do you see
Really?
it? Well, think about
Mm.
it. I'm challenging you to think about what's happening in the chart and to find the information to make the puzzle. And you kind of have to sit there and apply the rules as like in real time.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I know. And most of the time, I don't have a conversation in this way. We just ended up getting there with you.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, people, usually I don't, show people how it's working. We're just doing the conversation and there's no introduction of, okay, this is how it works. Now try to think. And I usually don't do that.
Oh, wow.
Right. But in your case, it's happening. But, but in that case, I would also just point out that besides being in Capricorn, your Mercury is also conjunct Saturn in your chart. Right. So this
Yeah.
makes me think about someone who's more open to learning and like puts more emphasis on that. Is smart, is kind of smart. Yeah.
Am I ditzy? Am I coming across as ditzy?
I don't think so. I don't think you're ditzy at all because of the Mercury Saturn, but I think probably you had trouble learning early on.
I did actually, you know what? I had a lot of problems in school, and
Yeah.
let me tell you why. Because 3 years ago, I was diagnosed with ADHD, and that's why, and was put on medicine for it. I like my
Uh-huh.
entire life, I could not behave in school. Like I was always getting into fights. Um, I was always, bad mouthing the teachers. Oh, I was a bad child. And,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
then it wasn't until about 3 years ago, 3 years ago, I was actually diagnosed with ADHD. And my doctor was like, yeah, we're going to prescribe this for you. And when I took it, everything was just like at a standstill, like I could focus.
Okay. Okay, so just notice that you have Mercury conjunct Neptune as well.
Oh,
So this makes me think about a few things. One of them, now that you're a dreamer.
mm,
But the second one is that you had ADHD and you couldn't focus and you were just, so what would happen? Would you just be, ooh,
yes, I could not sit still for the life of me.
okay.
I was getting up, walking, or getting easily frustrated and walking out the
Okay,
classroom.
that part for me is like your moon Mars,
Yeah,
the
that's
fire,
how.
right? And so when you say you're walking out of the class, there I feel the Mars in Sagittarius, right? When you remove yourself and you go far away.
Yes.
Yeah. And then the moon in Leo makes me think about you throwing tantrums, like being a problem child, being very loud, like taking up space, making it about you.
Y-
Okay.
Yes.
Yelling, yeah, screaming at the top of your lungs so that no one can get a word over you. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. That's how
yeah.
exactly I was. I think I am like I still see those traits too.
And I could see you getting angry like really quickly, like lighting up, whoa, suddenly.
Yes. I act on emotion. That's one of the things that I do have to work on is acting on emotion. If somebody upsets me, oh, it's done for. And um I'm either like, when I get very, very mad, I will cry. I will cry and sob. And then I make impulsive decisions when I'm very upset. You know, it's I'm gonna do this or I'm gonna quit my because there was a few times where I would get into it with coworkers or somebody, and you know I would want to make I'm gonna quit. I'm just gonna quit. You know what? I'm gonna quit, and I'm not gonna come back ever again. And but then and so then I'd have like people would be like, no, no, let's not make this decision when you're upset. And then I'd be calm and then it's like go back to work as if nothing happened.
What's wrong? What would be wrong with your coworkers?
No, they would try to like de-escalate or like try to calm me down or like,
Uh-huh.
hey, you don't want to make that decision or no, don't make decisions when you're very upset. I've heard
Mhm.
that my entire life.
Uh-huh.
Just do not
Okay.
make decisions when you're upset.
Okay. Yeah, and I can see you being upset pretty easily.
Yeah, it's I don't think like I think the thing that I really get ticked off where I think the moon in Leo comes in is when I'm talking and somebody or I'm trying to express, like a concern or like relationship wise, or if I want to, talk about something that's bugging me and you talk over me, that will instantly trigger me
Mm-hmm.
and
Not
I
being
have to be
seen.
louder.
Mm-hmm.
Then the voice gets louder and louder and louder and mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I could see you being really also like loving to have fun, dance, have music, play, dance. Yeah.
Mus- Music is like I feel like it's also therapy for me. Anybody who knows me knows that whatever I'm listening to, whatever music I share on my social medias, like that's the mood I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
if they
Mm-hmm.
see um like for example uh, like Billie Eilish for example. I listen to Billie Eilish and Birds of a Feather, they know that I'm in a loving mood. But if I'm listening to like Lil Jon and the East Side Boys and
Did you
they
listen to
know that
Mac
I'm
Miller? That just came up.
Mac Miller.
Yeah.
I have not listened to him, but I do listen. I don't know if you've heard of them. They're called the Suicide Boys. Uh, Suicide
Uh-huh.
Boys, but they're like a duo, and they're retiring this year. And actually, one of my kids put me onto their music.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever I'm feeling angry or hurt or whatever, I'll listen
I,
to them.
I feel like you like to host as well, like parties and fun events and get
Oh my
together
god, I do. I do, but
gatherings
I
and I also
do.
yeah, uh-huh.
Mm, Go ahead.
I also feel like a car or a truck as like a very important part of life.
Yes, my car is really important. I feel like that's how I'm able to do the things that I want to do, that I'd like to do, like the grounding and stuff, like going out to the nearest park or taking my kids to the park or
So I feel like your car is very important to you.
yes.
Yeah. Road trips. I see road trips with music,
Ru- My
games, lots of games.
oh, games, yes. I like to play Xbox.
Yes,
I like
video
to play
games,
X.
totally shooting games.
Yes, yes, that's how I get my aggression out. Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Um I like to I'll play, Dead by Daylight for if I need like a suspense, like, oh my God, they're gonna get me.
Yes, exactly.
Yep. Or else I'll play GTA if like I
Yes.
need to feel. like a community or something, or like feeling like I can play with other players and, you know, challenge them, or, when they're doing their, what is it, stand your ground or something, and
Do you play Fortnite?
um I did at one point. I quit like probably about a year ago. I haven't
Uh-huh.
played since then, but I did get back on just to buy when K-pop Demon Hunters came on, and just to buy their one of their skins.
Yes, the skins. Yes.
Mhm.
Very good. Totally.
I like any games. Like, I don't know chess quite yet. But I like all things games, like playing, even it's crazy, like dodgeball or kickball or
Yeah,
something.
exactly. Yes, kickball.
Yes.
Perfect.
I
Right,
I be
because of
trying to
Mars
get
and Sagittarius, right? Kick the ball far.
I be trying to get these adults to like come and let's play some kickball, and nobody wants to play kickball.
Yes.
And I'm like, I don't care if I'm like 36 years old, I want to play some damn kickball. And
Yeah.
nobody wants to play kickball.
So there you can see like the sun Saturn, right? There's that serious side of you. Also like working with the old elderly, but then there's the moon Mars, the very different picture.
Yeah. I feel like with the moon Mars, like I feel like I have to get the last word in.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm not satisfied with the argument. I have to,
Hmm.
yep, I have to say the last word.
But I see you also being like a motivator, like being very positive with people. No, you can do it. Come on, get up. I'll help you. We can.
Yes, I can do that.
Yeah. Rah rah. Yeah, hoorah rah. Yeah, you're at the game and you're like, come on, girl.
Yes, my
Yeah.
kids' games, I'm the loudest parent there. People,
Yep.
all
I
parents will
see.
look at me like, and
Totally.
I'm like, I don't care. I'm cheering my kid on. Yep. Yeah. So, does my birth chart indicate why I do not have a successful relationship?
Well, when you told me that, for example, you've just separated, I'm going to show you. You said that was last December that you had called your
Yeah.
mom about that, right?
Yeah.
All right, so look, I have the transits up for December 25. You can see that transiting Pluto is at 2 degrees, exactly conjunct your Venus at 2 degrees in the seventh house. And there is the relationship that you lost, right? Pluto to Venus in the seventh. I mean, how more exact can it be? And at
Yeah.
the same time that you lost that relationship, keep in mind what happened next. You reached out to your mom for help and you lost that relationship also, right? So
Mm-hmm.
there's Pluto Venus happening on two levels in that same situation.
Right.
To the point where you even told her, hey, if you see me in public, that's the Aquarius part, don't look at me. We don't know each other.
Yeah.
And you can see that Pluto at that time is also connected to your Jupiter in the 12th Cancer, which we had discussed is about, separating yourself from family, even if it's not easy to do that. So,
Right. Wow. That's crazy.
yeah, your chart is like it's for me, it's
Just give it to me. Just tell me how like it is.
um astrology is very special. Yeah, I will just say it like that. Very, very, very special. Very.
Yeah.
Okay,
Astrology very
we have to pause here because I'm gonna have another meeting in 5 minutes. But how was that for you? What are
I
you
really
left with?
liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really liked it. That was really eye-opening. I'm like, dang.
And it's fun as well, isn't it?
It is. It is like, oh, okay. But I definitely have to check out the Placidus version, because I don't know what version. I just use an astrology app and then go off that.
I like the
And then I'm
tiger
like reading
behind you.
books.
I'm seeing your moon in Leo there as well.
What?
Look at the art behind you. All of that for me is your moon in Leo.
No.
Like look at the red on the one wall, and then there's that big tiger on that red couch.
Oh
And
yeah.
then underneath there's another like leopard kind of, so you just right there is your moon in Leo.
Oh yeah.
in the
Yep.
second house. Okay.
And Cancer is home, right?
That's
And
right. Yeah.
so
Yes, exactly. Yes, and you're ruled by Cancer, so there's your cocoon that you love, and it's just like I guess your home is also like your
my safe space, like I
yeah.
don't let the thing is like about that is like I don't let people come. I don't like just anybody coming to my house.
And also, I feel
Like I
like
have
how your house looks is so important.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yep.
so you're a big decorator, maximalist.
Yes, I am.
I feel maximalism. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
well, it was really nice talking with you, and I really do appreciate you for this opportunity and
Sure.
for you taking your time to sit with me and talk.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop recording, and I would like to talk to you for just another minute or two. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we are signing out with Angelique.